Market Health Center.
Yeah, here the procurement file was missing at the time of the audit, but now we have been provided the project file.
So we can adopt that if you have seen the project files. The next one?
5.8 is about installation of generator at the Gusi Stadium. Again, at the time of audit, the tender document award was also missing, but the procurement file has also been availed.
Next one?
Sure, those are the areas that have already been addressed. I think the other ones are unresolved.
The other ones are unresolved.
Yeah.
So what we'll do as a way forward, we'll take the guidance of the Auditor General. The issues that the auditor has cleared, we have looked at, agreed with the auditor, and adopted them. The residual issues, we will take the written submissions, but it will be very difficult for this committee to mark them as resolved if the auditor is not satisfied. But we will provide an implementation guideline, or you'll need to do an implementation matrix to ensure that these matters are brought to a close to the satisfaction of the auditor and to the satisfaction of this committee. There are quite a number of project-related issues which might require even a county visit. We want this committee to be more robust, to go out to the counties and to see the projects that are happening there. I think there's been a big concern that we are holding too many meetings in Nairobi. And so we commit that perhaps Kisii would be one of those counties where we would pay a visit to check out some of these projects. But that visit also, we would be very happy to talk to the members of the county assembly and to remind them of their constitutional duty. A lot of the things we have looked at here could have been dealt with at the county assembly level. We'd be happy to meet your audit committee, find out what they're doing, so that they can filter quite a lot of things from coming all the way to the Senate. I think that was our earlier agreement on the way forward, because if you are to go through all the 54 issues, there are 54 paragraphs on this report that are marked as unresolved. So we just picked a few that were relevant for our consideration, but at least we have adopted the ones that the Auditor General has cleared. Honorable members, any...
Chair.
Sorry, for avoidance of doubt, that also applies to the Receiver of Revenue report. The Receiver of Revenue report, I think there could be about three or four issues outstanding? But the rest have been resolved or partially addressed. The CRF also, there could be one or two issues pending, but will be guided by the Auditor General. And the reason why we must do this is for us to be able to report to the Senate before the 31st of March. And thereafter, the Senate may recommend that the appropriate action be for us to visit the county, or the appropriate action might be for us to do an implementation follow-up. Senator Dulo.
Chair, I just wanted to know from auditors, it looks like there are so many queries that are not answered. Just for the purpose of report writing, what are the real issues? Is it non-production of the documents? Or what are the challenges that you have faced that made you not to look at those issues, or rather not resolved? Thank you.
Auditor.
Thank you, through the chair. I think there are arrays of issues that probably that has posed in terms of issues outstanding. One of them, I think, as the chair, you have really emphasized about internal controls, and I think which the management has also taken that they need to build up in terms of internal controls. Once you have a very good, strong internal control, some of the issues can be addressed. Two is in terms of the documentations. I think we really request the county government normally when we have a process of the audit, and which normally have start from the entry meeting, we give you the management letter, we have an exit meeting, we give you a draft audit reports. At that point is a level of interactions with us, with the clients. And it will be a very good opportunity for the clients to avail some of this information. As you see, there are a number of documents which has already been availed, but if some of these documents will be availed during the audit process, then probably the issues may be fewer, and it could be maybe high-level issues that we can able to bring. Even for us as an audit, for us to add value, we'll be able to bring the high-level issues rather than more of a document that has not been provided, so that we can add the value. But it depends on the cooperation of the clients in terms of processes, in terms of record keepings, and in terms of the support of the audit process, so that some of the things can also be handled. But that's our input in terms of an audit.
I think out of this, the Governor, you have committed that you will be involved in the entry and exit meetings. You have committed that you will take administrative action on your officers who did not provide documents at the time of audit. You have committed to establishment of the audit committee. I think you gave us 21 days as a timeline. You have committed on the County Public Service Board. So, Senator Dulo, when we started the meeting, we had a very long conversation on institutions of governance in Kisii and the fact that they are not functioning. They are not doing what they're supposed to do. If those issues are implemented, if you have an audit committee that is functional and a properly structured internal audit committee, I am sure that a lot of these things will be resolved. Any other comment from members? Yes, because now with that, with the direction I've given, we'll take the auditor's guidance for the residual issues. We will give a time frame for implementation, after which we can now make recommendations for investigation or for them to be taken over by the relevant bodies for execution. So, any other comment?
Yeah, just maybe just to stress on what I said previously, that the queries are very many, and it's a telltale sign that things might not be very well, maybe because of internal inefficiencies, maybe because of low capacity, or maybe low morale of the workers. Otherwise, these issues are too many. But most of them are not very substantial. So maybe just work on the staff morale, capacity, and all what it takes so that we may have fewer issues being escalated to this level. And it's possible to achieve. That would be my observation for now, Chair, that there is a big room for improvement.
Like this one of the county attorney. Surely, when you guys got the management letter, could the county attorney even whisper to the CC Finance that this matter should not escalate because there is this ruling of October? You know, it appears you guys are operating in silos. You need to operate as a team, because once it finds itself in the Auditor General's report, you can't stop someone from using it in a funeral, saying that there's a county attorney who's eating our money, and yet is not supposed to be in office. So I think, as Senator Maruma says, better coordination will have a better picture of the county. Maybe I'll let you have the last word as an area senator. Any other, Senator Legwe, any other matter? Senator Wambua?
So Chair, just maybe to tell the Governor, I think that the issue that you raise about saboteurs in government is really a serious issue, because then people may work with you and think it is you that they are sabotaging, but at the end of the day, it is actually the county of Kisii, not just the government, but the county of Kisii, and eventually then the devolution as a war. I would want to see, as you have said, real serious administrative action to make sure that your county government, because it would appear, actually from the face of these documents, it would appear that there are a lot of silos in your government. There are a lot of people doing their own things and the right hand not knowing what the left hand is doing. And what comes to mind is those three issues for me. One is that a voucher for the payment of Kenya Power. A clear sabotage, that's what it is. The payment for Safaricom. And then documents, court documents, which are actually public documents about the fate of your Attorney General. Well, why would they be appearing to us at this stage when those issues could have been resolved and not even appear anywhere in the audit when the audit was taking place? So make sure that you have some bit of synergy within the counties, that we also don't embarrass ourselves and embarrass counties and embarrass devolution. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Senator Dulo, anything in closing? Then, Governor, your final remarks?
Chair, thank you. I want to appreciate the, we're on learning every day. I'm sure you guys, as a Senate, you have been having governors before you. There is information you may not be having, which you get from us. And there is a lot of information also because you are out there to oversight the counties as they were. We appreciate the role that you are playing. We want to thank you for the fight you put for the monies which are supposed to be going to the counties. Yes, there will be 1 or 2 elements in the 47 counties, but that cannot kill devolution. Today, I'm here, God willing, I'll serve the 10 years. Then you'll find yourself again in the same. If we cannot resolve issues we have now, you'll be having the same problems even when some of you will be governors in the future, if you endeavor to. But again, I want to welcome you to Kisii. There are big projects that we are doing, and some of them, they've been carried out by the Auditor General's observation, you will realize. So that again, Auditor General, you don't happen to be like a police officer, only this. You need to be able again to guide on what exactly is supposed to be done. And I want to plead with the OAG, because a number of responses we gave you, those were very genuine. Unless you had a bone to pick with us, you didn't want to accept. That's because these are straightforward things. Even yourself, you'll be able to see these are issues which have been done, unless 1 or 2 things, and I undertake in the future, in all your meetings, I request, because Homa Bay and Kisii, they're just neighbors and they're very close, they're within 30 minutes. Even if you were to come and tell me, Governor, these people of yours have not provided this information we've asked for. We ask that particular officer there and then. If we cannot provide, he goes home. Because we are serving the people who need our services, as it were. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I want to commit that those particular items, 21 days, the committee will be in place. I'm fast tracking the process of the board, Public Service Board, the chairman and the secretary, who are supposed to be in place, and many other activities that are supposed to be run in the county. For saboteurs, my senator is here. Some of these people, I may jump with them. They'll definitely run around because, again, the senator happens to be the crusader of those rights of those people. But for sure, we will pass them through the process which is fair for them to get services to the people. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you as a county. We are ready. We'll appear as long as we are within the law, as it were. Thank you.
Senator Onyonka, your final word. I hope you're not a saboteur.
Chair, before Senator
Senator Dulo.
Onyonka, sorry, I'm coming in. Governor, I hope you have heard what the chair has said. At the end of this sitting, we are going to submit our reports to the House. As it is, even the matters that are unresolved. And I hope you understand the implication of the report if it's going to be tabled on the floor of the House as it is without being resolved. Because simply you have lost the opportunity of going through your documents and also resolving them. So I hope in future you will be able to get more time to be able to look at these documents, because it's going to have a bigger impact. Because with the governments, there is no way that you can erase any report or record. Because if it leaves this committee, then it will go as it is forever. I thank you. Sorry, I'm just warning you on this. Asante.
Yeah, I mean, Governor Waithaka, the first governor of Nyandarua, has just been convicted this month over things he did in his first term in office. So these things remain live. Senator Onyonka?
Chair, I wouldn't really want to say much for the simple reason that I think exhaustively the few issues we are looking at, the only correction I want to make to the governor, we have seen in other county governments when they come and the Auditor General has actually worked interactively. I would wish that when the Auditor General comes to our county, he is given unaffected access to all the documents so that these small issues can be dealt on time. Number two, Chair, what is sad for me is that this is a qualified opinion. In your books, you now have a qualified opinion, which means we are actually at risk of even not getting donor funding for the simple reason that this audit already has raised issues and very substantive issues. The matters we have dealt here, and I know that the public, most likely all Kenyans, are interested to know what did we look at. We looked at the very basic issues, the first 10, and we have looked at them and looked at. There is another 52 coming, which we'll be responding to. We expect that the governor's team will provide more documentation and defend themselves so that by the time the final report is written, everybody feels that they have actually got justice and fairness in the way we are handling the matter. Otherwise, thank you, all of you. Chair, I am happy. I previously worked in this committee. I'm no longer here, but I will be a friend of the committee constantly, and I'm happy that this committee is doing an excellent job for all of you here. Governor, with your team, if you travel to Kisii, travel well. We mean well. And I want the public to know, especially our people. Most of our people think that me and you should disagree in public about no. Because when we disagree, we injure our people. Our job is to make sure that we give service delivery to our people with respect and dignity. The office of the governor is a big office. It's an office that should be respected, just like my office. So I hope that we'll continue to raise the issues and push the buttons to make sure that you streamline your activity. By next year, when the report comes, I believe it should be much better.
Yeah, so...
Chair, before you make your comment, I want to respond to two items which Senator Dulo just indicated, because you did indicate that you sat in the morning and you have decided to pick this report as it is, and we have put our, underlying item that most of the things we answered, either they were not picked as they were supposed to have been picked. Therefore, that should go into record that indeed we gave information to a number of the items to OAG, and from our interaction, we have seen it. Number two, this is not a qualified opinion. It's actually adverse. It's the other way around. It's not adverse, it's a qualified opinion. Therefore, what we want to say is that, as my senator just indicated, going forward, you can be assured of a good working relationship, as it were. That public perception is important for us to manage it, as it were. Thank you.
Yeah, so a lot has been said, and in terms of way forward, we have adopted and agreed with the Auditor General on about 8 issues on the executive, and also a number of issues we had reviewed earlier in the morning, where we've agreed with the Auditor General that they've been resolved. But there are still about 54 issues that remain unresolved, and we will have to figure out a way of ensuring that there is implementation, find a way of sharing duties with the county assembly. There are some things we'd want the county assembly to follow up because it is within their mandate, and there are some things that the Senate can follow up with a view to policy and legislative amendments or referral to the relevant agencies. But we'll present our report to the House, and the House will give us directions on appropriate action, which could include visiting the county, or it could include calling the county back to provide an implementation status update. Of course, nothing stops any agency or any entity from looking at the contents of this report and taking whatever action that they ought to take. But Governor, I will repeat this, set your audit committee, empower your internal audit function so that we do not have all this dirty linen coming to Nairobi, and we do not have all these cases of unsupported or irregular expenditure only for you to come with the documents 3 months after the audit has been done. There are quite substantive issues in this report. There are issues of the county headquarters, I think 500 million. There are issues of insurance procurement, 200 million plus. And the auditor has queried certain dimensions of some of those procurement. There's the outstanding issue of your wage bill. And I know that we have called you previously to discuss human resource matters. As a Senate, we want to narrow down on key thematic issues so that we are not counting pennies. Let the county assembly deal with the pennies. We want to focus on the big issues because that's what a Senate is supposed to do. I don't think we should be coming here to the Senate with loads of supporting documents showing how you paid electricity bills for street lights across Kisii. Really, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We should be coming up with some of the policy recommendations that we've been talking about here. Actually, one of the things that we must do, and that's why we like the county assembly to be present, we must ask ourselves, why is the governor happy to come to the Senate and the governor cannot appear before the county assembly? Malcolm, did we establish that was there a ruling that shielded governors from appearing before county assemblies?
Through the chair, not that I know. I don't know of any such ruling that.
So if Governor Arati can come to the Senate and tell us all these nice stories he's telling us, why can't he tell the same stories to the county assembly? The county assemblies must be given strength, and we must empower them, and we must hold them to account. Ideally, they should have done this process. They should have already called you. They should have already called your executive before the 31st of March, and that has not happened. So we would wish that our county assemblies do the right thing. They were very, very swift when it came to impeaching your deputy. I wish they can be that swift when it comes to issues of consideration of audit reports, so that we allow the Senate to deal with other things.
Chair, I think it's this way. You know, governors are the county presidents. The same way this committee cannot invite the president, the national, I mean the president of the Republic of Kenya to appear before us. I think that is the understanding that maybe governors cannot appear before county assemblies, maybe to those relevant committees, unless maybe we, I don't know, there will be some serious arrangement to that effect, Chair.
No, I think it's a wrong interpretation because the Constitution allows Parliament to summon any person. Any person. We can summon the president. Yes. Parliament can summon any person.
That is why,
there is no
Chair, if I can help, that is why that the first function of the president is actually to report to Parliament. That's a function of the president. Reports progress of his government to Parliament. So he's a subject of Parliament as much as everyone else is. Is there that in your arrangement? Then I don't know what it is that you fear from.
It is some serious manipulation to that.
Yeah. No. There is no reason why Governor Simba cannot go to the Kisii County Assembly unless you're afraid they'll blows my train on you. But you represent, you provide guidance and stewardship of that county, and the first primary oversight should be at that county assembly.
For your information, the county assembly will normally appear.
Your officers, not you.
I normally appear even to address the assembly. Therefore, there is no fear. These are the people we are working with them.
Yes.
Therefore, there should be no insinuation that, we fear no appearing. No. These are people we are working with. They are leaders like us. Therefore, we have to account for every penny. We have tried so much. Of course, we may not be there yet, but we'll be there.
And going forward, Senator Onyonka, you're in Finance Committee.
Yes.
Going forward, we are going to make a proposal that allocation to county assemblies there we put in a factor that, you see, right now allocation to counties is based on the last audited accounts as adopted by the National Assembly. Perhaps we should tie allocation to county assemblies to a percentage of the last revenue that they have adopted. Members, I hope you understand what I'm saying, because that then gives them the motivation to do timely consideration of reports. If Kisii perhaps last considered the reports of 2021, then let them get a share of the revenues of 2021, not a share of the revenues of 2024. We must do something, and I can assure you that in the next audit cycle, we will have made a lot of innovations and a lot of amendments to our processes. But these gentlemen and ladies here, there are things that we feel we are engaging in, which should be done by the county assemblies, and we believe that when governors come here, we should discuss bigger issues, policy issues, impact issues, value for money issues, performance issues, and not the kind of conversation we have been having here of counting the number of voided transactions. So with that, we have come to the end of today's session. The meeting is adjourned.